And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day back in studio helping you win as Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program here. It's an entertaining radio. We want to help you win in any marketplace, of course. One of the #1 things we want to do is engage with you so that we can help you win. Of course, we're bringing on all types of expert contributors, local and national celebrities, local area business owners, salespeople, salesmen and women. And the goal is to educate, entertain, and enlighten. But most importantly, we want to engage you so we can help you win. Now, we want you to save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number. Also, very important that you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. Save that site there, and you want to reach out. You can send an email directly through to myself and my team. You can also see links to all of our expert contributors, anyone that you've ever heard on this show as an expert contributor. You can see their contact information right there. So you may hear something from today's show that you say, hey, this is something I want to take action on. And we really appreciate you doing that. We're helping a lot of people win in business and finance, estate and tax planning. So many different ways that we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, a lot of uptick in calls lately. I really appreciate our radio family out there. Our radio family over the last 6 years has grown. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate the calls, the texts, the emails, people bumping into you at the mall or grocery store, and sometimes they're saying, hey, we appreciate that show. I got a lot of good feedback from that last show. Love that. So keep doing it, keep reaching out, and we're going to keep helping you win in any marketplace. This segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Lucky Dill. They've got a deli, they've got a New York City bar, a Brooklyn bakery, catering, banquets, and much more. The Lucky Dill, home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn, and they are located on Boy Scout Boulevard here in Tampa. They are online at luckydilldeli.com. Also, they've got a great Palm Harbor location as well in Palm Harbor off of US 19. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Lucky Dill. Reach out to them. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event coming up next week. It's only 9 or 10 days away here. Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event 2.0. This is going to be a great time, and we have already 130 plus people registered for this event. And it's put on by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got bartender on site, Spunky Spirits. We've got Amici's Catered Cuisine. And by the way, did I mention this is a free event? We do this for our community. It's our way of giving back. A lot of work goes into organizing these events, and it's going to be at the Verizon Center on 6/27. That's the 27th, 6 to 9 p.m. DJ Yahoo's going to be in the house, and this is going to be a great time. Now, Children's Cancer Center is the beneficiary, so we want you reaching out. We'd love to, if you have any raffle items that you might want to donate. Maybe you're a business owner out there, you want to get some recognition and also do a good thing for the community. We're accepting raffle items. There's tables available. Any local vendors, you can come out and do that as well. And it's the this is the 2.0 version of Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event. It's going to be a great time. We're expecting about 150 to 160 people there. Come out and network, and it's Thursday, 6 p.m. Now, make sure you register on Eventbrite. You got to register. You got to get a ticket. It's a free event, but you got to get a ticket on Eventbrite to be able to come in. So good stuff there. We're looking forward to that event. That's going to be a lot of fun. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. Got some intelligent folks here in studio. Johnny Miller making his debut, that is, to the Consumer Quarterback Show. EAG-LED lighting. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. And in the past, we've had John Grant, Mr. John Grant on the show. And then, welcome back. Glad to have you guys back in. And this is such a great energy efficiency thing. I mean, it's something for the environment. It's something for business owners. So many ways that you can help people.
Absolutely. We can actually benefit a business owner by decreasing their energy usage by up to 60 to 70%, which obviously goes straight to the bottom line. We've got a no money down, no money out of pocket program that we do an equipment lease that the savings actually pays for the equipment lease while paying for the or adding money back to the bottom line for the customer. So you can truly get your lights or lighting upgrade done for free.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And now, are there still tax advantages as well? Because there used to be some tax incentives, some rollbacks there.
With the equipment lease, because it's an equipment lease with a dollar buyout at the end, so that is completely tax deductible. So when you get your savings that pay for the monthly lease payment, your lights are already free at that point. So at the end of the year, when it comes tax time to pay the tax man, the equipment lease is free, is tax deductible. So you get to write that off again.
Nice, yeah. So the CPA is going to like that.
Yeah.
The business owners, and with LED lighting, I think it's one of those things where you're doing something good for the environment as well.
It is. We talk a lot about the money thing, but when it comes to the environment, to be able to cut the carbon footprint of, say, a business that's spending $80,000-$90,000 per month on energy cost,
wow.
When we can cut that back to the $45,000 per month range, obviously lightens the load on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win for the environment for sure.
Yeah. Now, are you based here locally?
We are. We're based in Tampa. That's our worldwide, our North American headquarters.
Yep.
We do though have 500 plus reps nationwide.
Nice.
Anytime we have a customer call in from, say, Boise, Idaho, within a day, we can have a rep on site to do an assessment and see what their needs are. Then we, put together a report, an engineering report that tells us exactly what the customer needs. We return that report to the customer. Then, if the customer's ready to move forward, we implement that because we are the manufacturer, but we are the only company too in North America that sells our own lighting. We also install, and we also handle the leasing portion of it too, as well as the service, which is what a lot of folks that have bought the older LED technology are running into these days. I don't know if you've heard of what's happened in Detroit and in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Those guys have bought the older technology LED, and as a result, they're 30,000 fixtures failing at about 40 to 50% rate, which is obviously on the high end. We're less than 1%.
Wow.
The problem is when you buy from someone that's kind of a middleman,
mm-hmm.
They immediately turn you to the manufacturer if you're having failure. And then we all know what happens to you usually when you pick up the phone to call a manufacturer. You're gonna get crickets. So
yep.
We handle all of that. We take care of all of that. We've got hundreds of thousands of customers, and when we leave an installation, that customer is always 100% happy.
Nice.
Anytime we get a call back, obviously, even if if a customer accidentally reaches my desk,
yep.
With a service issue, it's handled immediately.
Yeah.
And you're talking to the folks that built the light. So
wow.
We take care of everything.
That's pretty cool. If you just joined us, Brandon Rhymes here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're talking with Johnny Miller, EAG-LED Lighting, local company, local success story. We've had John Grant on the show for a couple years, and it's been a little while since they've been back on, but glad to have you back in. Now, when it comes to technology, it's one of the things you look at over the years. The price of laptops have gone down. The price of certain technologies have really gone down significantly. Is that something that you've seen translate into the LED lighting industry?
It is happening. It's kind of, it goes kind of along with the fact that LED changes every day. The technology is it makes leaps and bounds almost on a daily basis. That's why in our business model, as a manufacturer, we have no lighting product, no fixtures in stock. Anytime that we enter into an agreement with a customer that we're going to provide their lighting and install them with the LED fixtures, we actually put that into production and we build that for that customer.
Wow.
So any technology that's changed from, say, last month, or if we first talked to this customer 6 months ago, it's almost a certainty that the technology has changed. So the customer gets the latest technology no matter what.
Wow, that's super cool. That's good stuff. When we come back, I want to ask you a couple other deeper questions about warranties and how some of that might play out with business owners. And we're going to want to give the opportunity to the business owners as well. If you're thinking about this, we'd love to talk to you on the flip side. Stay with us. We are going to talk more with Johnny Miller, EAG-LED Lighting. Coming up later in the show as well, Thomas King. We're expecting Thomas from Florida Firearms Academy to be here back in studio as well and giving us an update on his business model there. And we have a feel-good story of the day, which is a good one. Substitute teacher gives shoes off his feet so student can walk across graduation stage. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our number one goal. We want to educate you, entertain, and enlighten, and mostly about helping you understand more about your buying decisions here in the Tampa Bay area and the Gulf Coast region of Florida. And almost 6 years now on air. We syndicate our show now on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other outlets. Of course, we're 5 o'clock drive time right here on 1380 The Biz. We got our weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone on Sunday mornings, and have a lot of fun with what we do here. It's all about helping you, and it's all about you reaching out. So if you want to reach out, we'd love to talk to you. 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. You can call. That's an off-air number as well. You're not going to be thrown on the air. I've had people call me and say, I'm not on air, am I? No, you're not. It's an off-air line. So 813-670-7372. And we got a couple of hot listings here. Just listed some properties here in the Tampa Bay area. And let's do the, what was it, 9950? Rob, we got that 9950 Hilltop Drive there, Newport Richey. This is a unique property in Newport Richey. Now, you got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, or 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with 2 large outbuildings, but you also have acreage. And I think what we're going to end up doing is splitting this home off with a couple of acres, dropping the price down to $199, and then we have another 7 acres of land that we're going to sell for $99,000. So 9950 Hilltop Drive, Newport Richey, another hot real estate property listing that we just listed with Platinum MVP team.com. And then the next property that we're going to show you is going to be a property that is in Silton Peace Drive, Riverview, 12404 Silton Peace Drive, Riverview. Now, this is a just listed property as well in Panther Trace, out in a gated community. You got a pond in the back. Just a great opportunity to buy. Lots of things to do in the community. Playground, swimming pools, tennis courts, 4-bedroom, spacious home, airy and bright with plenty of storage and a pond view. You got a water view there at Silton Peace Drive in Riverview. A couple of hot real estate property listings. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving, and I can tell you from first-hand experience that they're a first-class organization. They do a great job, whether you're planning a local move or a long-distance move across the country. Brothers Easy Moving can handle it for you. Reach out to Gary Thacker and his team. They're among the best reviewed movers online. Google, 4.6 rating. Yelp, 4.5 rating. A rating on Angie's List, and they've also won the Super Service Award multiple times. Reach out to Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, so segment 1, we heard from Johnny Miller. More from Johnny coming up. EAG-LED lighting. We got Thomas King in the house. He just got here. Florida Firearms Academy, and also Sharon Edwards as well is in the studio. We're going to hear from Sharon coming up. But let's go to Thomas here. What's happening in the world of firearms and gun safety?
Hey, it's great to be back in the show. World of firearms and safety, there's always something cool. But we have the IMI guys. They're from Israeli. They're going to be coming into our store. We do this once a year, and this is August 10th through the 12th. Haim's one of the guys that's going to be the lead instructor for this, and this is a proven Israeli method that the government uses over there. This is a 3-day course over there. The course is $595 to take this event course. If you're an FFA member, you only pay $495, but this also includes the shooting. It also includes the food. It's a 3-day event, so 1 day is going to be full-on shooting out there, but 2 days of lectures, Kamagra, you're going to be doing dry practice, fire drills. There's so much to do in this event. And last time, so many people were so upset because we only take 16 people in this class, and that's it. And right now, I think we only have 11 spots available because this just came out. So if you don't get to sign up for this, you're going to have to wait another year. And to do it, you can go to ffatampa.com. Go under our webpage under training and classes. That's August 10th through the 12th. You'll see the video and everything that's going to be included with it, or you can reach out to Dr. George Gaines himself. His phone number is 404-918-7098, or you can reach him at George at imifloridaacademy.com. And if you have any questions, you can always give us a call at Florida Firearms Academy at 813-221 FIRE, which translates to 3473. But very special today, I brought a very special friend of mine today, and Sharon Edwards, who does a lot of cool things for the community and a lot of cool things for the people out there in need. And that's right up your alley too, Brandon, because you're always doing really good stuff too. So
yeah, appreciate that. What are you up to, Sharon?
A few things, just trying to help save the world.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyhow, we have Platinum Internationals, who I work with, and we sell toner cartridges for your printers. They're all brand new working parts. It's none of the refill garbage. We do exactly what the OEM manufacturers do, and we take the outside shell, gut it out, and put all brand new working parts in there, which is designed to save you a ton of time, a ton of money. But what separates us from all the other toner companies out there in America is we take a percentage of the proceeds from every single cartridge sold, and we buy food and we feed the homeless each month, and that's called Project Pop Drop.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, so it's one of those things where with business, it's, as we were talking about with the EAG-LED lighting, we were talking about earlier about technology, the cost of technology, computers. You see it amongst a lot of different electronics and technology. So it seems like, and I've heard it jokingly said at, Target, I think last time I was buying stuff, and they said, yeah, they sell these copiers for so cheap, but then they make it up on the ink.
Oh, yeah.
You hear that a lot.
Right.
But, I get my ink from them guys, and I'm sure most of the chamber gets them because it's right there. It's delivered right to you. It's very inexpensive. And also, what you guys are feeding like 90,000 meals?
We contribute to feeding 90,000 meals every single month to the different homeless shelters in Tampa Bay area. I kind of took it one step further. Besides just showing up with food, when you go to these places, you realize that they need clothes, toiletries. So I collect clothing instead of giving it to another place where they turn around and sell it. I won't mention any names. I collect it. We have another business in town called Beamworks that they have storage, and they store my stuff, which we nicknamed God's Locker. And then at the end of the month, we just show up to a different shelter with a huge box truck filled with food, toiletries. The Oldsmar Walmart found out what I was doing. They jumped on board. He gives grants to the different shelters I go to. So what POP stands for is Partnership of Provision. So we've got the whole community, involved, and right now we're doing one for Oldsmar Care. So we've got Thomas here has a Pop Drop collection box at his
store. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah,
when one person does something good, it blows up. 90,000 meals. You imagine that a month? How the preparation that goes into that?
That's a lot of meals.
That is crazy.
Well, I'll share this with you. I don't cook the meals.
Okay.
I deliver the food.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I'm not
great.
Betty Crocker.
Well, bless your heart. That's great. That's how we end our show. We talk about carrying food with you and hand it to that person that you see in need. A lot of times they're standing at the red lights waiting on handouts. And,
right.
Sometimes people say, oh, well, I don't want to give them $1. I don't want to give them food. They go drink. They go, well, it's up to them to do. In my mind, it's like, give them $1, give them some food. At least they're going to eat the food, hopefully.
Right.
But yeah, that's great.
There's scammers out there. There's good people out there. There's people that really do need help, though.
Yeah.
It's hard to find the one that really does. But.
I've even heard that there's almost like a gangster type mentality amongst like making these people go stand on certain corners
to collect,
and then at the end of the day they come around. You better meet me at the back of this corner, or otherwise, like I've even heard that happens. Yeah, exactly.
When you visit the different homeless shelters too, the people that run them will teach you what to look for. And you see the people with the signs out there in the corners. But they say glance down at their shoes,
right?
Because they're not going to sit out there for 8 hours a day.
Or if they have their cell phone on their back pocket.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So they teach you different things to look for, know. And again, we're all about a hand up, not a handout.
Right. Yeah, so that's good work right there, Sharon. What's your website? How can people support you?
PlatinumOfficeLLC.com, or they can call me at 727-475-1393.
Okay. Yeah, websites are probably easy to remember. Say that again, Platinum.
PlatinumOfficeLLC.com.
PlatinumOfficeLLC.com. Okay, great. And I want to go back to something Thomas said earlier, too. When it comes to weapons and defense, a lot of people highly respect the Israeli government and the Israeli army.
And their firearms that they have. I actually own a few IMI. I own the FN, a lot of FN products. They make some amazing firearms. They're higher quality than most things you can buy out there, except for now with the tariff and all this thing that are going through, it's going to be a little bit harder to get them, and it'll probably be a little bit more. So if you're looking for something like that, go to your local range and pick it up now up before the prices go up. So
yeah, that's important. Get out there early. How have the tariffs or the potential threat of tariffs and how has that affected the firearms industry?
Well, it can affect just about anyone in the metals industry, especially precious metals or metals like in firearms that we make for slides, steels. It's affecting it to the point where, you know, if you have a Republican, believe it or not, in office, the sales go way, way down. If there's a Democrat as a president in office, the sales are going to go through the roof. And that's because they're scared that their firearms will be taken away from them, believe it or not. So this whole political thing, how it works out, is kind of actually working out because right now people aren't worried about buying a firearm because they know they're not going to get taken away from them. So the firearm prices have dropped, believe it or not. So ARs right now, it's flatlining for the price of ARs basically right now. So now would be a great time to go out and buy an AR.
What can you get an average AR for? How much, like price point wise?
Believe it or not, I've seen them online for $399. Now that's not something I would really want to buy because it is very, very cheap metals. Some of these metals are so cheap you could bend it just by dropping it. And then you have to buy basically a whole new firearm. Your average one's going to run you probably about $600 with some decent parts in it. And they go up to $4,000, of course. So
all right, good stuff. When we come back, more from EAG-LED, Florida Firearms in the house, and also Sharon Edwards here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And our feel-good story of the day is a good one. Substitute teacher gives shoes off his feet so student can walk across graduation stage. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And real excited about the Business Growth Celebrity Academy. That's the business that we launched with UFC Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock and WWF legend Ken Shamrock, as well as Des Woodruff. BGCA.co. Check out BGCA.co. And the Business Growth Celebrity Academy helps you become a micro celebrity to grow wealth, build personal brand, and increase your status. Anyone can become a micro celebrity. It's easy. And we've got daily webinars up there at BGCA.co. We're hosting daily webinars. Check it out. And if you wonder what Ken Shamrock's been up to, he was just on the show last week. The UFC Hall of Famer and WWF legend Ken Shamrock is our business partner on that company. And we're real excited about that. A lot of good things happening with the BGCA and the Consumer Quarterback Show. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Treasure Island, right on Gulf Boulevard. It's filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. I love the Bilmar Beach Resort. They've got Sloppy Joe's restaurant on site. They've got the beach bar and 2 pools on site. Recently updated and renovated. Just a beautiful property. Now, Clyde Smith, the general manager, does a great job as well. And all you have to do is give him a call, let him know that the real estate quarterback sent you, and he's going to hook you up with special packages, maybe a room upgrade. There's lots of things that he's doing for our listeners and viewers of our TV show. Call the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And a couple of hot property listings for this segment. We got 4309 Frierson. This is a property in Tampa. Now, vacant land that has been zoned for multifamily. So you can put 2 quadplexes, so 2 quads, maybe even up to 10 units on this 0.32 acre parcel, depending on your plan approval. Great real estate property, downtown area, 4309 East Frierson Avenue, actually just outside of downtown. Just a great opportunity, prime opportunity to build townhomes, apartments. So attention builders, developers, entrepreneurs out there. And also another commercial opportunity, vacant land, 9200 Gun Highway. Now, this is the corner of Racetrack Road and Gun Highway. Now, the owner tells me that this is the last corner from Hillsborough County all the way to Pasco County that is undeveloped. Look at that beautiful corner. Check out the photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks, the official real estate photographer of the Consumer Quarterback Show. But this is a busy intersection. Check that out. Prime land that's ready to be developed, and at 2.39 acres in Odessa, the corner of Gun Highway and Racetrack Road. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so let's go back to Sharon Edwards here. So Sharon, let's tell us a little bit more about your business and how business owners might be able to take advantage.
Well, so many people print still. I know some don't, but they're getting away from it. But if you're going to print, when you print with Pop Drop Platinum Series toner, you're not just feeding your machines with toner. You're actually feeding local homeless human beings that really need it, and you're saving a ton of money at the same time. And everything is 100% unconditionally guaranteed in writing.
Nice. I like that. And so Pop Top, is that the name of the company?
Platinum International is the name of the toner company. And what we do, like I said, is we take a percentage of all the proceeds from every single cartridge sold, and we buy food and we feed the homeless, and that's called Project Pop Drop. That's a movement.
Pop Drop.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it stands for Partnership of Provision.
Like that. I like that a lot.
Everything that you guys print, that we print anywhere, we have to have a toner. So you might as well
absolutely, man.
Buy one that has a purpose with it.
A lot of printing going on, especially you're doing monthly events. As much as you try to go digital, there's still something to be said about a good old fashioned hand a piece of paper to somebody, and that way they can put it in their calendar, hand it to someone else, or those types of things. Especially with we go door knocking in the real estate space, we go door knocking around our listings, leaving flyers out. And
our generation, we always want that piece of paper in our hand.
And I'll be more than happy to give you a quote on your toners.
Yeah, absolutely. We should definitely do that. And so when it comes to business, that's one of the core, themes behind this show. It's all about local, supporting the local economy. There's a big trend in real estate now with these companies that, in my opinion, they're misleading. They're false advertising. They're coming in saying, oh, we'll list your house for a 0%, or a 1%. It's like, wow, how do you stay in business, first of all? But, once you see past that, and we actually pull the research, and we do, these companies are based from out of state. They're hedge fund buyers. They come in and lowball the offers, and sometimes people just take these lowball offers. But my point is that you're pulling money. Every time you support one of those companies like that, you're pulling money out of the Tampa Bay market. You're supporting these national hedge funds. And you know where that led us last time? It led us to a mortgage collapse, a meltdown, and then what happened is they went in and said, let's do a bailout. Let's bail out these guys. We got to bail out the banks, right? And then what do? They go and buy the best commercial properties with our tax dollars,
right.
And then they're competing against our local mortgage brokers and bankers.
Well, that's a good part with our company as well, is we don't shove it down your throat. If you bought one toner cartridge a year, that's what you get. You're not locked into a contract. It's you get what you want when you want. And the best part is as well, you pretty much shall get to try it before you buy it, because we do net 30 with you. Mm-hmm. Once you're doing a cartwheel and you fall in love with the product, then you pay.
Yeah, it sounds great. Especially when you get the auto delivery, you set it up. You get your color cartridges, your black ink, and you set it up on a system like that. So it sounds like a great opportunity to support a local business, but also support the homeless and those charitable ventures in Tampa Bay.
What a great idea, right?
I love that.
That's why I love being on your show, because you always get to hear something cool and what's going on and how to save. And a lot of people don't probably know that they can get ripped off by the realtors out there too.
Yeah.
And that happens, and it's a nightmare for you to recover from that. So just like a lot of things, and a lot of people that come on your show, it's a great, amazing way to find out your best deal and what you can get here and how to support everyone else in the community.
That's right. Yeah, and going back to technology, I want to bring Johnny Miller back into the conversation. EAG-LED lighting. So when it comes to the technology piece and the tariffs, and I want to ask you that specific question as I asked Thomas, has the tariffs affected anything you guys are doing?
At this point, the tariffs have not affected us.
Mm-hmm.
We're as being the manufacturer, we do source our raw materials from different parts of the world, Alcoa aluminum from Australia, the drivers and the technology from here in the United States, engineering in the United States. So far, no effect on the cost or the price of our product. So we're real happy where we sat as far as where we're sitting as far as the tariffs are right now.
Yeah. So with the tariffs, and I know there's been some of that kind of threat, and I think a lot of the threat is just kind of outweighed the actual bite. When it comes to the tariffs.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think that I personally feel like it'll get worked out. But even if not, we're gonna, as a manufacturer, we're still gonna be very competitive. If not. The absolute best price that you can get for the technology that you get from us.
Now, Johnny, let me ask you something. Let's say I'm a business owner. I've got an industrial warehouse, let's say 10 to 20,000 square feet in that range. I've got some old school lighting. I've had lighting in there for since the 80s or 90s.
Right.
If I were to invite you guys in, say, hey, let's look at what we can do here. What might I expect from that?
I would come into your facility. Obviously, I would want to maybe have an hour or so with a facility manager, or even the owner. We would walk the facility. We'd get a good count. We'd see what you have there. We would get maybe a few pics. We'd talk about your needs, what it is that you want from us. You want to, do you want just a straight better light with a reduction in energy cost? Then that's what we look to do. You may want to do some upgrades. Let's say motion sensors. Maybe parts of your warehouse don't get as much traffic as others. So you may say, hey, let's over on this end, let's do some motion sensors. So those lights are off until they're needed. Whatever the case may be, we would do a full assessment. We would then send that with all the information we've collected to our engineering department. Our engineering department would then look over the entire assessment, everything that we've given them. They would then turn into what they feel is the best replacement to meet your needs.
Okay.
At that point, we put that into a report that not only tells you exactly how much money that you're going to save on a monthly, yearly basis, how much it's going to cost you if you decide to wait. We break that down on a yearly basis, and sometimes that number's astronomical. I've seen it as high as $700,000 a year.
Wow.
I've seen it as low as $70 a month. But regardless, we give you that information so that you make the informed decision, the decision, and you have all the information. We also provide you with the financing options on that same report so that the customer understands that, hey, do I want to do this in cash and realize my savings and sooner?
Right, from an accounting standpoint.
From an accounting standpoint.
Yeah.
Or do I want to take the tax advantages of the lease and allow the savings that, the 60, 70% savings that I'm gaining per month, a portion of that go and pay for the leasing payment, as well as, and then obviously the rest of it back to my bottom line.
Yeah, I like that. That makes a lot of sense too, because what you want to do is you want to make sure with any business decision like that, of course, and that's something that we promote here is a comprehensive approach. So you brought up a good point. Not only are you going to save money, but you're going to want to get your accountant involved. You might want to, and then that decision might affect some of your contracts. There's a lot of ways that you can look at a comprehensive approach. So that's a great point you make, Johnny.
Right, and the customers buy equipment all the time that may not have an ROI. These lights actually have an ROI. They pay you back.
Nice.
So, a forklift doesn't pay you back.
Yeah.
These lights pay you money every day.
I like that. Awesome. Good stuff. Johnny Miller, EAG-LED Lighting, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, and Sharon Edwards here as well, Platinum International Toner and Ink. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, coming into our lightning round, top tips, nuggets of advice, and also our feel-good story of the day. Substitute teacher gives shoes off his feet so student can walk across graduation stage. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckle.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate negotiations, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. And we've got a big event coming up on Thursday of next week, Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event, 2.0. This is the second version of our show, and we had so many people reaching out to us. Man, that was a great event. We had a great time, and it's coming up, so save the date, 6/27. That's Thursday, 6 p.m., 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be the Tampa Bay's largest speed networking event at the Verizon Center in Largo. And we're going to have catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. By the way, this is a free event, guys. Free event for you to come out, network with some of the best business owners, salesmen and women, all types of account reps from a lot of different organizations and industries here in Tampa Bay. Spunky Spirits is going to be bartending, Amici's Catered Cuisine, and it's all benefiting the Children's Cancer Center. We're going to have a raffle, and you can also have tables there as well. If you're a vendor, you want a table, reach out to Paulina as well. Eventbrite.com is where you register. Save that date. It's going to be a great time. Excellent food, networking, and for a great cause. Children's Cancer Center. I had the opportunity to MC one of their events, their signature event, the Wine, Women, and Shoes event several years ago, and we've been involved with helping them out ever since. So a great organization. And every day right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, we're going to tell you something positive here, and we have a feel-good segment coming up. A couple of hot listings here for this segment. 12610 Port Marnock Drive in Odessa. This property is in a gated community, golf course community, and check out the beautiful aerial drone photography compliments of Bray Frameworks. This is in the community of the Turnberry at the Eagles, gated community, and it's just a golf course community, just a great opportunity to enjoy Florida living at its best. And it's got a pool and a spa. Turnberry at the Eagles, great opportunity in beautiful Tampa Bay. Port Marnock Drive in Odessa, 12610 Port Marnock Drive, Odessa. Just over $500,000, just reduced, I believe, down to $519,000. Great opportunity. Check out Platinum MVP Team. PlatinumMVPteam.com. And here's a hot property for the boaters and the fishermen, the outdoorsmen. 4449 Marine Parkway, Newport Richey. This one is a bring your boat. There's 2 boat docks, so you actually bring both boats if you want. 4449 Marine Parkway in Newport Richey. This is a great opportunity to have bay access directly out into the bay. In Newport Richey, hot properties. Check out PlatinumMVPteam.com. PlatinumMVPteam.com. All right, here's our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so a substitute teacher is being praised for his act of kindness toward a 5th grade student on graduation day. The student's shoes broke shortly before he walked across stage to graduate at George Mason Elementary in Richmond, Virginia. The school's guidance counselor brought the student and his mother to the art teacher, hoping to find some supplies to patch the boy's shoes back up. But the supplies didn't work. That's when Von Lewis, known to most as Mr. Lewis, stepped in and saved the day. Quote, "Me being me, sometimes my heart leads me to certain situations," Lewis told WVTR. And I said, "You can wear my shoes, man. I wear a size 10. And art teacher Bradley Kopalik told the news outlet that she almost cried after seeing Lewis offer the students his own shoes. I was so thankful, but just now, Mr. Lewis's, and I knew he could count on me," he said. But Mr. Lewis asked the boy for one thing in return. Quote, "I told him that he had to make a promise to me because it was nothing for me to do something like that for him," Lewis said. "But he has to keep this in mind, and that way one day going forward, he's going to be in a position that Mr. Lewis, and he has to do the same thing. So he's got to help someone out," he says. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, man, that's a 5th grader with a size 10 shoe. That's a big boy.
That's a big little boy.
Yeah, he's going to grow up to be a lineman or something. Who knows?
That's pay it forward, right?
Yeah, that's right. All right, so let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning round.
Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Sharon Edwards.
Give and receive. It's bottom line. Give so others can live.
Yeah.
And you can help out at there's 42 collection boxes right now around the Oldsmar area. We're doing the pop drop for Oldsmar Cares. I've partnered up with the City of Oldsmar, the Mayor, Eric Seidel, Jerry Peruzzi with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. Buy your toner, save your money, feed the homeless. It's that easy.
I like that. Thomas King, Florida Firearms.
Well, we survive with firearms, but if you have anything that you would like to give, we do have a pop drop box at our location, and we're at 13317 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. We're in between West Chase and the flea market over there. So stop on in there, bring something, bring a canned food, bring anything out there, and just drop it off. So you'll know you're going to have a better day knowing that you gave a little bit of something back to the community.
Yeah, lots of things. Accepting clothing donation, shoes. All that's needed. All that stuff's needed. Johnny Miller, EAG-LED LED lighting.
I would just say, guys, this technology that we have, the LED technology, is it's not just going to replace every incandescent or fluorescent bulb out there, but it's going to play a huge role in reducing our carbon footprint and bringing about less energy usage at exactly the time we need it. And it's not a kind of if you're going to do it, it's a when you're going to do it. And just for this planet, I would say let's get going on it soon. If not with us, with someone.
Yeah, I like that. And Johnny, I was going to ask you earlier too, when it comes to LED lighting, and we talk about commercial buildings, industrial buildings, big organizations, parking garages. I've seen on your website. Can you give us a recent success story?
I would. We just did a Ford dealership. He owned the Ford dealership and the Nissan dealership right beside. It was a total of 126 what we call pole lights or shoebox lights, which we see a lot with the property managers too, in your shopping centers, your grocery store parking lots. It's the same kind of light.
Right.
He had a 76% reduction in energy usage.
Wow.
His first month. So
that's huge.
When you're paying $6,000 a month and you can drop that to $1,500 a month. Just imagine what that does for the grid, or imagine what that does for your bottom line.
Yeah,
it's
your wallet.
Amazing.
Wow.
And when you can work with a company like ours that can make it part of your budget, whether it's in there or not, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I like that. Got a great website as well there. Lots of great images on there. It kind of gives you the idea. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Wanted to ask you, last time you were on the show, we talked about that issue with the red flag rule.
Right, flag
what's
law.
happening with that?
They just signed another state. I think it was Nevada or somewhere else just signed it the other day. And people still don't know what this law is and what it's about. But it's darn right scary. It's unconstitutional. It's un-American. And people have lost their lives for it, and thousands of firearms have been confiscated without any due diligence, without even seeing if anyone was guilty or not guilty.
Yeah.
They can just go after anyone they want because someone called in and said, I didn't like his race, his color, his political beliefs, or whatever, or he was my boyfriend or girlfriend and I broke up with him, so you need to go invade his house and take his stuff.
Yeah.
And they go in and they go do it now.
Wow, that's unbelievable. That story you
terrifying.
told me, it really made me think about that. And so they literally don't do any due diligence. They just show up, knock on the door, and gain access.
No, there's no due process, so you are guilty.
And
we are here to confiscate your firearms, hand them over now, and if you go on YouTube, you can Google it. You'll see one guy had already been killed from it. Some other people just don't want to give up their father. I have done nothing wrong. I have not broken any laws. I have all my paperwork. Sorry, you have to turn it over. Now, you can fight that back in court one day to get them back.
Yep.
It's going to cost you time and a lot of money. But from what I hear, and I don't know if this is because I'm not an attorney, but you can. They're not going after the people that are saying, hey, this is the person you need to go after. So so if you're doing it out of revenge or spite or just because you don't like someone, well, then I don't know how they're going to go after these people. But something's going to happen. It's going to be really wrong before it's corrected right.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I'm a concealed permit holder. A lot of my friends are. And when you turned me on to U.S. Texas Law Shield, I went ahead and signed up for that because that's a big thing. If you are in a position where you have to pull your gun and defend yourself, defend your family, all of a sudden now you're committing a crime, as you described it before, to defend a crime, and you're
committing a felony to stop a felony. So if you had to put someone down, it's still against the law to shoot someone, even if it was in your right. You still have to prove that you're in the right, and the state will step in and say either you're guilty or not guilty. That was a justified shooting or not. So
Yep. So that's where U.S. Texas Law Shield will jump in.
You need to know the laws if you own a firearm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, another great show today. Johnny Miller, EAG-LED Lighting. Thanks for coming in. Thomas King, always a pleasure. Florida Firearms Academy. And Sharon Edwards, thanks for coming in as well, and for all the good that you're doing out there in the community.
Thank you much. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want you to make sure you follow us online, @RandomRhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. We got a great podcast out there as well. If you missed any of our shows recently, just last week we had a former FBI lead international hostage negotiator on the show, Chris Voss, Ken Shamrock, former UFC legend, on the show. So check out our podcast on iTunes as well. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. There's multiple ways you can do that. Donate some blood. Lots of ways you can be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.